we want your honest dad breakdown of Keegan's rookie year as a Sacramento King.
As a dad, I would say that he probably did a little bit better than I thought he would. One of the things that, and I'm saying this because of just his consistency, right? Because of the ups and downs. Like, he had a rough November. We had a lot of things going on in November. First time on the road, trying to figure out, trying to figure out his rhythm on the road, like when they got in late, how he slept and that kind of stuff. Then you had the thing with my mom that kind of shook him up, but then he kind of hit stride. And I joke with him, like, man, you played 3 college seasons in one season, and when you break it down. And so the consistency is what I was more impressed with. The shooting, I'm not, because I joked about it. Like, everybody going into the draft said he wasn't, oh yeah, his shot mechanics look good. And this, I'm like, Keegan's always been a shooter from day one. When he was 12 months old, I'll show you the video. He was shooting jump shots 6 feet across the room. He's always been a shooter. And it was just a matter of kind of getting in and refining it and fitting that role that they needed. And once he started getting the reps there, I didn't think he'd break the record. I'm just being honest, but I knew he would be a good outside shooter. So now for me, I thought it was a great first year. I thought he couldn't ask for a better coaching staff, top to bottom. I don't think he could have asked for better teammates. I say that team seems a lot more like a college team to me than it did a professional team, just because of how they got along and they interacted. But I think people are going to be crazy excited to see just the leaps and bounds that he's going to take in this offseason. And, speaking of that, De'Aaron Fox is taking him under his wing, and that's who he's been working out with. So I'm thinking if he can rub off a little bit of what, the first time Mr. Clutch Award winner, if he gets some of that, I think, you need to watch out for him, because he's going to be tough to stop.
Yeah, I just think about, for Keegan, the experience he got. Most lottery picks go into situations where it's rebuilding and they kind of grow with their new teams. You see it in Sacramento during the playoff draw. They had a lot of lottery picks, and Keegan goes to a situation that was on the upswing, right? They make the big Sabonis trade, the trade deadline before drafting him, and he gets to play with a new coaching staff, a system that I think just worked well with the ball movement, off ball movement, the shooting, the size of Sabonis, what Fox can do. And he's playing 30 minutes a night for a winning team. And then he gets to play in the NBA playoffs, playing big minutes in the NBA playoffs. And I felt like he showed strides later in that series against the Golden State Warriors. I just don't know if it could have been any more perfect for a rookie to experience that in his first year.
Yeah, I think, you hit the nail on the head. I think it was just a perfect situation for him all the way around. And as a rookie, and Mike even, Coach Brown even alluded to it, like, hey, he doesn't have the rope that other top 10 picks have on their teams. It's just a different situation. But I think for my, and I'm looking at the same thing for Chris, I think for my kids to really reach their potential, they have to be in a system that can see their value and what they bring to the table, not necessarily just points and rebounds, but it's the basketball IQ, the things that, taking a charge here or there, those kind of things. Like, I want them to be in a situation where people can see their value beyond the physical tools that most people look at when you talk about drafting a player. For Keegan, I think it was a big help. Harrison Barnes was huge for him. Domas taking him under his wing. I just think that there were so many guys that poured into him from different areas, outside of the coaching staff, that really helped him develop and really show him the rope, so to speak. So I think, like I said, I think the sky's the limit. Obviously, we knew we wanted to go a little bit further, so I think we're a couple pieces away. But I think the strides, the one thing about Keegan that people need to know is he's his toughest critic. And I'm telling you, he's watching more film on the things that he did wrong than the things that he did right. And I think that's where you're going to see that jump from him. And he's just like Chris. Those two guys, they joke about it, that I would pull out the old Iowa Hawkeye films when I played to show them this kind of stuff. And they said, I think Dad just wanted to watch himself, but which might have been true back then. But part of it is showing them how to watch film, showing them how to break things down, because I would do game film breakdowns in high school. so they learn how to watch film of opponents and themselves and things like that. So I just know for both of them, like they've got great careers ahead of them, but it comes down to them really loving the process of getting better.